Wanna show me whole heap of love today. Boy, me I tell you, say, all me, Mark, Miles, good night. Darwin, Villaro, good night. Courtney. I don't want nobody say nothing about my green shirt, you know. Leave me alone with my green shirt because I want to see the chat. That's why I wear one green shirt, alright? Yeah, man, don't leave me alone with the green shirt. Leave me alone with the green shirt. Where do I begin though, ladies and gentlemen? So much good content came from several. You know, let me start with that brother here. Because I'm there on TikTok, you know. Let me start with that brother here. Let me listen to this. Because it's going to be the catalyst for the other thing we're going to share. So let me start with him. Vegas. Somebody called Vegas to the front of class, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? Because since Vegas, first thing you're going to do, I make the pastor usher him out, embarrass himself. And I hope he repents still, you know. I hope he repent. I really do. I hope he repent. Jaja. Vegas just shrivel down him thing, brother. Man just shrivel down him thing. Vegas really don't like Jamaica as far as I see, you know. You see through the music, Bunting Killer was the man who always get the love. He don't like Jamaica as far as me see. I don't know nothing about him personal life, but I just talk about him as an artist. Vegas don't really like Jamaica. And then when me I say them thing now, when I go play, make it worse. Only listen to this, Jamaica.
Integrity Commission investigators and the lies that they told about Phil. So, and we have the evidence that we are going to show this evening. So without any delay, let me have you listen to Vegas in terms of what Vegas is saying.
Yes.
So the coverage, especially on political matters from nationwide, I believe that the organization is credible. I believe that you know, there's a level of fairness when it comes down to reporting. So I big up Cliff Hughes and George, you know, in my close circles whenever we speak on and how they carry our report on these matters.
So Vegas, you want George and Cliff Hughes in a close circle. Hey, my mother tell me say, hey, watch your company where you keep, you tell you who you are. George Davis and Cliff Hughes are you in a close circles. Okay, that says a lot. That says a lot.
With that said, I totally disagree with Mr. Cliff Hughes' take.
Now, me, on this app here, you know, me have only for associates, you know. Because we are colleagues on the app. Me do content. But circle, close, no Jamaica. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, man. Me stay at distance. Me in my own little tabernacle right here, so. You understand my little humble area, my where I lay. I don't have visitors like that. I don't have people come to my yard like that. You understand? Very, 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 very rarely. Me no mix and mingle. No disrespect. But there's, you know, me older now. When me did younger, me did more. You know? And even when me did younger, me yard? No, me general. No. Anybody who ever come on my yard, me have a high level of respect for them. Then character. That I want. And everybody know to come in your yard. Period. Your yard supposed to be one sacred place. So now him a talk about in a film close circle. Why? We are going to move on still. Like, that one that kind of sound away. giving them on the circle. And then them have some things to say about him too. Leave that alone, Bolo.
On the Andrew Weekly matter. Why I disagree with Mr. Hughes, and if you haven't seen the video basically, my inference of the video is Cliff Hughes is advising Dr. Andrew Willis to fire Dr. Wheatley, or Dr. Wheatley should resign, but Andrew Willis should make that call. Why I disagree with Cliff Hughes, yeah, on this thing. I do not believe anyone should be fired. I do not believe anyone should resign. In this case, Dr. Wheatley. Why? The Integrity Commission is not a credible body.
Hey, who man is this? Oh, man is this? Ladies and gentlemen, this man, Vegas, come here. I want the Integrity Commission sue him, you know. Because I love talk so, you know. The Integrity Commission is not a credible body. No, you have to prove that in a court or retract that out of your mouth. More than sue him. This man is a terrorist. You understand? This is a terroristic statement to make. I'm not going to tell you why I say that. This is the anti-corruption body of the country that is here to hold individuals accountable in government. And this man is going to make a statement that the Integrity Commission is not credible. I'm going to play it again. I hope he's saying a film opinion, you know. Because in opinion don't really matter nothing. If you going to state it as a matter of fact, that's a whole different thing. Everybody can have an opinion. But let me hear more still, because I'm in this team, you know.
Believe anyone should be fired. I do not believe anyone should resign. In this case, Dr. Wheatley. Why? The Integrity Commission is not a credible body. The Integrity Commission cannot be trusted with whatever information is released to the public via the Parliament at that table. We have seen countless times where the Integrity Commission erred in misrepresenting numbers, misrepresenting information, going out of the zone, out of the boundaries, outside of the boundaries to conduct investigations. We have seen where the Integrity Commission withheld a forensic report from the public in the case of Dr. Andrew Willis. A $30 million forensic report is still not available to the public. For
fully done.
Alright, so I officially have got to do a reaction to this. This man just exposed himself. This is what he said? Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no. Let me go up on my OBS. No, sir. This man is, oh my God. Sir? The boy said the man didn't release the forensic report. No, no, no. Wow, bro. Whose man's is this? Oh my God. Let me deal with this quickly because we have 2 more or 3 more important things. People I can share up the life. This is going to be a edification exercise. Only like and share up the life here. Trust me, you guys will not be disappointed. Alright? Me not keep you up tonight for nothing at all. Only hear where Vegas says somebody call Vegas and tell him to come over here. So don't say nothing in my chat, me I go block him, you know. But tell him to come and listen. Because I'm a dunce. Me can't believe him answer this. Me can't I am just a tell lie. Is either I'm him dunce or I'm just a tell pure lie. Backside. I'm big up Mr. Will Rattigan. Because Mr. Will Rattigan expose him tonight. And I'm going to make sure so you know that. Mr. Will Rattigan expose him tonight on Byron show, Mystic Sensation. This man just said, this man literally just said, ladies and gentlemen, that the Integrity Commission withheld a report a forensic report that cost $30 million. You can't be trusted, youth. You cannot be trusted. You cannot be trusted. There is no way you can be trusted. You just expose yourself a while ago. So, me actually have the report, you know. Me actually have the report, you know, Jamaica. What am I talking about, you know? Me it. Yo, Mr. When Rattigan say it, I'm going to look. Mr. Rattigan. So this is a report that man said the Integrity Commission withhold. Vegas should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You make the labor right them. Andrew Honest, you worshiping these people, obviously. I'm gonna say how comes you can support a man like Andrew Honest. Me question anybody will support a man like Andrew Honest. I don't business who them is. Me fully question them. All if you and him with a friend long time. You can look at Andrew Honest and see how him a move right now. And you play one blind eye to all of the signs them. You either spiritually blind or something, brother. Me I question anybody, brother. Anybody at all. I don't business with an elder. I don't business who you be. If you still support Andrew Honest, Ryan Campbell, what's up, bro? If you still support Andrew Honest, my question fully 100%. I am questioning you right now. Yeah, we're gonna put this right here, so. Yes. This is a better angle for me, you know. I have more space over here. Yes. All right. Yes, and the fun one day now no ears Jamaica. Like and share up the live for me, guys. Get the word out that Bolo is live. Yes, it's late night, but share it with at least 10 people. Alright. Tell them say if you wake up, Bolo is live. Tap up the screen for me, guys, and share up the live. Double tap up the screen for me. Do not keep this to yourself. Please hit the like button. Don't be a meanie. The like button is absolutely free. It will not cost you a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Not even 10 cents the like button cost you. And 10 cents are not in Jamaican right now. 10 cents is of no value. Remember when you used to have 25 cents? Remember that? Why those were the days, man? When 25 cents was actually worth 25 cents. Yes, you remember? I remember those days, man. When you had a $5, I had a $10. But actually, and a $20 then did worth something back in the day, you know, man. No. Inflation, lack of growth, mismanagement, damn near destruction of the economy cause us to be in a situation where, you know, it's just terrible, man. Anyway. I think my check. Okay, the mic will work. Awesome. Let me make sure that I go to the page of the IC report. See that? The reference is already ready. Let me just bring it over here, sir.
Why are you carrying a chicken into a cabinet meeting?
Oh my God, Lord of mercy.
Because sometimes a chicken understands politics better than people do. Watch closely. This lesson is not about a chicken.
Behave yourself. You don't want to hear about the chicken right now. That I want to listen, but you don't want to hear about the chicken. Oh, Lord of mercy. Wrong thing we got to do. Yeah, we have to get it right, you know. I have to get it right. See it there? Mad. Alright, cool. So we go there for now. That ready. Boom. I never prepare for use OBS, you know. I had no intention of using OBS. But listening to this man buffoonery, I have got to react to this foolishness and set the record straight. Honestly, I didn't have no intention of going to OBS. I was just gonna listen and give my commentary and react. But I have to put this on record, ladies and gentlemen. I have to put this on record. This is unbelievable. Whose man's is this? Whose man's is this? Alright, see that now? Right, that's so Let me speed it up. Because I don't know what I think about Cliff Hughes and then something. You know. That not really relevant. I did lie when I tell people something more of the highlight. Alright, something is boom 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 every minute. What is that? I don't like that sound. Every minute. You don't know? We can't stop? Okay, you look like other wire there. Alright, look like a good now? Wonderful. God is amazing. Thank you, Jesus. Let me see what one is. Good night. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning wherever you are in the world. It's your brother Bolo Tbv and I'm in this space again. Now, I saw this Mystic sensation and I listened to 20 seconds of it and I decided I'm going to do a reaction because it's needed to do a reaction and it needed to put out there. I mean, no say, you know, man like Mystic is a man who's busy and him and his wife don't really have time to do a bag of editing and them now have no team and that message is too important. But I want to listen to Vegas very carefully and we are going to show you how he expose himself and his own credibility in this particular video right here. So make sure you like up the video and share up the video. You know. Don't keep this to yourself. You know. I don't want nobody say nothing about my green shirt. You know. I'm a one green shirt that I have. Me's not a labor right. Will never be. But I'm a friend by me in a shirt. Yeah. And see look at art right or someone if you can't see. Yeah, big up yourself. My friend. Yeah. Friend for life. And share the labor right neither. You understand? But big up yourself. The word is love. You know yourself. I'm see her about the labor right them on Facebook. You know. I'm not call her name. When I see her born out to labor right them on Facebook, I laugh. I not even know she follow politics. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this.
So, the coverage, especially on political matters from nationwide, I believe that the organization is credible. I believe that, you know, there's a level of fairness when it comes down to reporting. So
What the hell? Oh my God, no way. A level of fairness when it comes down to reporting. Credible. These are not words I can attribute to NNN. Let's continue on.
Big up Cliff Hughes and George. You know, in my close circles whenever we speak on.
I do a reaction on
and how they carry our.
I do a reaction on Mr.
With that said, though, I totally disagree with Mr. Cliff Hughes' take on the Andrew Wheatley matter. Why I disagree with Mr. Hughes, and if you haven't seen the video basically, my inference of the video is Cliff Hughes is advising Dr. Andrew Wellness to fire Dr. Wheatley or Dr. Wheatley should resign, but Andrew Wellness should make that call. Why I disagree with Cliff Hughes, yeah, on this take. I do not believe anyone should be fired. I do not believe anyone should resign. In this case, Dr. Wheatley. Why? The Integrity Commission is not a credible body. The Integrity Commission cannot be trusted with whatever information is released to the public via the Parliament of that stable. We have seen countless times where the Integrity Commission erred in misrepresenting numbers, misrepresenting information, going out of the zone, out of the boundaries, outside of the boundaries to conduct investigations. We have seen where the Integrity Commission withheld a forensic report from the public in the case of Dr. Andrew Wellness.
Take his microphone. Just a minute. Just a minute. Take his microphone. Usher him out. Usher him out. Usher him out.
Jamaica, we don't want to hear nothing more. We are usher him out. We are going to usher him out, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to usher him out. We can't take a distraction of them people. Every minute takes a coming. We are going to usher him out, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you to Exhibit A. And the only exhibit we need to go to. to disprove what he just, again, credit to Mr. Will Rattigan on the Mystic Sensation show for pointing this out. All right, let me share my screen here and show you what's going on. Go to page 122 of the Integrity Commission report, where Andrew Owen's report is concerned. 122, the same report from how much years ago, and he can't certify that, will never be certified. Make we go in it. Financial interplay between Imperium, Estate Bridge, and Positive Media. 5814141. Having regard to the complex interplay between Mr. Holness, Imperium, Estate Bridge, and Positive Media, the DI examined the intercompany financial transaction and commission an independent forensic examination. Backside.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Jamaica, let me say that again. The commission, the DI examined the intercompany financial transaction and commission an independent forensic examination. The examination is independent, the overseas it come from. Right? To examination to, among other things, determine the true value of the investments made by Mr. Holness in the 3 associated companies, the sources of the funds for such investments. The forensic examination commenced June 9th, 2023. It says table 15, table 16 below provides the summaries, the transaction. It as Mr. Will Rattigan said, is really table 17 and table 8, table 16 and table 17, not table 15. All right. When you scroll down, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you the results of that audit. The forensic audit where Vegas are talking about. See it up on the screen. NCB Estate Bridge Inter-Network Deposit 145,784,606. See the numbers there in front of Jamaica. This is what Vegas are talking about. Vegas said the Integrity Commission withdrew and did not show the people them this particular result of the forensic audit. Vegas, they need to apologize publicly to the Integrity Commission immediately and try to restore any semblance of credibility that you ever had. Are you a pathological liar just like Andrew Honest, brother? When you go so far, when the fact, you don't know say people don't read. You don't know say people, everything like Jamaica, at this.
Fully done.
Uno endorse the fully done culture, so uno feel like say uno have more sense than anybody else. Come out here lying upon the Integrity Commission. Here is the table of the forensic audit. This is one of them. Scroll down, look there. When it all boils down to it, ladies and gentlemen, when you add up all of this interplay of the 3 companies, them Positive Media, Imperium, and Estate Bridge Holdings, the deposit was $473,161,545.37. The withdrawal was $427,174,913.86. That is one of the forensic audit them. Going down further, it goes on down here. So see there, table summation, the intercompany transaction between January 1st to 2020 to January 13, 2023. Total intercompany deposit withdrawal, 170 million. It's an estate bridge, you know. Right? So this table now breaks down the 3 company them. It shows you the withdrawal, it shows you the deposits. This is what he's talking about, you know. What's up, Veresa? This is how embarrassing. Vegas, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. And I want to say all credit to the teacher of the university, Mr. Will Rattigan. When he was on the show and he said the page I could go to, I went to the page immediately. I'm say backside while the man are reading me, I read it. And I said, but this one ain't easy. So now see the report there. That's why in page 122 it says the forensic examination commenced on June 9, 2023 is on table 15, which was table 16. That's the only mistake they make. It is right below the paragraphs. The next page you go, you see the table. Vegas, you need help, brother. Are you a paid operative to come on the internet and lie to the people? And keep the lab rat them brain now function, brother? And that you come to do? Cease and desist, man. Cease and desist. You need to apologize to the Integrity Commission. Talking about the Integrity Commission don't have any integrity. I'm going to play back what I'm saying. Right? See there? It tells you where to find the forensic examination that commenced June 9, 2023. The Integrity Commission is not in the business of holding back any information. That is the business of the Jamaica Labour Party. That's why the preliminary report of the SSL saga never came out. If I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me. The preliminary report for the SSL saga was withheld from the people. As far as we understand it, there was not any official report that came out, no final report. So all those millions of dollars that the Jamaica Labour Party claimed to have spent, we don't know if they spent it for you. All we got was a preliminary. And here you come, trying to point finger at the Integrity Commission, and never members say, 1, 2, 3, finger point back upon you and the Jamaica Labour Party and your honest-led administration. That is their MO. Don't mix up the Integrity Commission. You're damn out of order. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go further. Big up Mr. Mystic Sensation, right? Because what he did was show you the credibility of the members of the Integrity Commission, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go to it.
We have seen where the Integrity Commission nations
we are going to take away.
And two,
this serves as the senior puny judge of the Supreme Court of Jamaica.
Go to
Google it.
yes, okay. All right. When we look at Miss Pamela Monroe Ellis, was appointed Auditor General of Jamaica in 2008. In 2012, she was appointed to the board of the International Federation of Accounts. International Federation of Accounts, right? Very advanced, where she served for 6 years during her tenure at the IFAC. She served on both the audit committee and chaired the government committee for 3 years, governance committee for 3 years. Mrs. Monroe Ellis was appointed Secretary General of the Caribbean Organization of the Supreme Audit Institution, CAROSA, in 2016. Now you're talking about distinguished people, and this
Jamaica, on here, who is one of the members of the Integrity Commission, on here, the credentials of our good Auditor General, Mrs. Pamela Monroe. Miss anywhere there, just know say there is a warm guy over here that loves you here. And if you're married, pick up yourself and pick up your husband. But one day would I love for me to say thank you sincerely for the work that you have done in this country. I know your life is in danger. Your probably is getting threatened with these goons that are at the top of the totem pole here in this country. But I mean, listen to the ladies' credential, ladies and gentlemen. This is one member of the Integrity Commission. Oh, by the way, this individual was the JLP attempted to want to rip her away from the Integrity Commission. Remove her. And that would have weakened the Integrity Commission because her areas of expertise, nobody else in the Integrity Commission has it. And if you not think alike, me I tell, I'm going to find the clip where the then NIA boss, Mrs. Danielle Archer, I believe, I think she's married. We just assume so everybody married. Mrs. Danielle Archer. I'm going to find that clip, but let's continue with the credentials of the other persons.
This little piece of piss and tail. Right?
Out of order.
Now, this little piece of piss and tail.
Out of order.
Now, let us get into the bio of Mr. Honorable Mr. Brad. Right? Coming soon. No bio is there yet. But let us get into, right, Mr. H. Wayne Powell. To show you that this guy is out of order, out of place.
True, man.
Now, Mr. H. Wayne Powell is a business, financial, and leadership consultant with a 45-year history in banking and finance, both locally and internationally. So when you're talking about the investigation that has to deal with, right, Andrew Wheatley, these people who provide oversight of such, they are highly credible. Highly credible.
Yeah, but before you move, let me read Carol Lawrence Beswick's bio, okay?
Yes.
Carol Lawrence Beswick is a Jamaican jurist. She currently serves as a senior puisne judge of the Supreme Court of Jamaica. Carol Beswick is a 1973 graduate of Hollins University. In 1977, she completed an LLB at the University of the West Indies. For a time, she served as Jamaica's Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions. In 2001, she was appointed to the Supreme Court of Jamaica. In 2014, she was one of 5 women to be appointed to the Court of Appeal. For her service, she has received the Distinguished Alumni Award from Hollins University. Lawrence Beswick was married to Paul Beswick until his passing in 2021, and she has a daughter who's also a lawyer. And you can go down, look at all the references. All they have to do is Google it. So I'm reading it in comparison to what what's his face said, because I mean, you know, the Prime Minister's watered it down so much that people like Vegas can disrespect these qualified professionals, these persons who have served with dignity, with integrity, distinguished members of the legal fraternity. So we cannot allow them to come and disrespect these people like that.
Exactly, Sister Maria, and that is one of the reasons why, you understand, we are showing Jamaica, right, the people who are working for the Integrity Commission and for the Prime Minister, you understand, and Vegas and Big Mama to malign, right, these people, these distinguished people, right, is a moral wrong.
Of
the
course.
Prime Minister is out of his wits.
Out of order.
And plus, told a vicious lie about FID, and we are going to prove it. Now, look at Mr. H. Wayne Powell. He's a business, financial, and leadership consultant with a 45-year history in banking and finance, both locally and internationally. So let's say this now. When I have Mr. Wayne Powell, right, and where that report would have run across Mr. Wayne Powell, and Mr. Wayne Powell have a 45-year history in banking. Look at the situation with Andrew Wheatley, right? And definitely decided to say, okay, all right, we are going forward. Who is Andrew Honest? Who is Big Mama? Who is Vegas? To question the integrity of these people. Now, where he served in many leadership positions, ending with executive vice president in charge of Retail Bank and several of its subsidiary companies. So let me tell you something. You don't have no Kwashi. You don't have any Kwashi working for the Integrity Commission. And so for Vegas to come, right, and Andrew Honest and Big Mama to malign them, it is wrong, it is a moral wrong. In addition, he served as an alternate director of Scotiabank Jamaica board, well as chaired and are served on several of the bank's subsidiary board. Over his 45-year career, Adrian held several clerical, supervisory, management, and leadership positions across the operational framework of the bank, covering operation, marketing, finance, investment, corporate, and retail banking. Now let me just go to someone else. Out of order and bright. Out of order and bright. Now let me just go to the last here. Now let us talk about the Honorable Mr. Justice Lloyd Ebert, attending Bulmer's Boys School and thereafter joined the staff of the resident magistrate court as an assistant clerk of court. He, after acting as a clerk of courts in 1973, enrolled in the Faculty of Law of the University of West Indies. In 1976, he graduated with a Bachelor of Law degree and thereafter was enrolled at the Norman Manley Law School, from which he obtained a certificate of legal education in 1970. Later that year, he joined the office of the Director of Public Prosecution as an assistant crown counsel and grew through the ranks to the position of senior deputy director of public prosecution. So guess what? You are not talking about any You're talking about once held the position of senior deputy director of public prosecution. So when they are providing oversight as it relates to the investigators, right, and making sure that that oversight, right, being anchored, right, on values, merit, and accountability. And here you are, fresh in yourself. In 1985, he acted as a judge of the family court for St. James and Hanover. In 1995, he was appointed to the inner bar as one of Her Majesty's Queen Counsel. This person is a Queen Counsel, you know, used to be a Queen Counsel. And now, he would have been King Counsel because, you understand, we are dealing with a king now. Yeah. So this man's status, hello? You understand, we can call it King Counsel. And you, Vegas, Andrew, and Big Mama, right, trying to malign the character of these men. Well distinguished person, take it away on it. Take it away.
Don't anymore.
Now, when you listen to Vegas, I'm just going to make, right, the panel, speak. But let me just first have Mr. Rattigan meet and greet. Right, Brother Rattigan, meet and greet as usual.
Yes, good evening. Sorry to be late. If it's too
so solid man.
Sister, big up yourself, Sister Maria.
What about your brother?
Byron and all of the lovely people watching tonight. If it's Tuesday night, it's Mystic Night. Again, I apologize for being here.
Yes, so on hear the credentials, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to pause to find the exact clip of Miss Daniel Archer talking about the Auditor General. We're going to find it, Jamaica. Let me see. I don't think this is it.
The consequences currently for the persons who are missing these parliament meetings.
You know, you're whistling in the wind, right?
That's okay just to go and be seen, but we also want our representatives to be heard. And so part of the job of the parliamentarian, remember now, you know, that the parliament is our legislative house. Last year, if the records are correct, I saw, only 3 legislative actions being done? 12 of them being amendments. If I did have eyelash, I'd be flashing them like, you're kidding me? All we've done is amended acts. We can't pass nothing new. We don't see nothing new for do to ask for the time to do, or we don't have enough time. And if we don't have enough time and you don't think that's important, small question, what may I pay you for?
What may I pay you for?
When you got all that money, remember we were told, you know, that you have to come to Parliament, you have to go to your constituency, you have to invest a lot of time, so you need to be paid like corporate. Now that you're being paid by corporate, you're telling me that I don't need to go, we're only doing half of the work, then I'll give you half of the pay.
Simple.
And if that, to the House and passing law.
All right, so that one is about her talking about them coming to Parliament, but let me see if it's this one.
I would say at this particular moment in time, having regard to the allegations that have been set forth that are to be investigated, the lack of confidence that persons have in the government as it relates to investigations, and I am going to say it, of illicit enrichment to involving members of parliament, which has never occurred before in our history of Jamaica. That the public needs to have confidence that there is going to be a thorough, fair investigation into what the allegations have been made out. And in these circumstances, you could have put anyone in that position. But the question is going to be asked of someone like Mr. Chung, who has publicly indicated his position as it regards to the report, as to whether or not there is public confidence in what he's going to do. That's one. And two, if you did not need qualifications of law enforcement, why would you have advertised them in 2024? And if they were removed, why have you not been forthcoming to say we remove? Because. And
with the current resignation of a JLP Member of Parliament, Everald Warmington, and the dismissal.
What?
Surprised and pleased without seeing the resultant change in behavior.
What never made it to mass media because there was a. Is it time then for? So it's a culture, it's a mindset. It's okay to do it here. Is it time then for a culture shift to happen with our?
Certainly, and I think that's going to happen. And don't let us think that it's just Jamaica, you know. Because if you watch politics right across the globe, things are said on the platform that incite people, whether it's racial or otherwise. Yeah. Where we are in Jamaica is that because we're now seeing it, everyone is hearing it. You and I would not have gone out onto the campaign trail to hear Mr. Meadows, but it comes out on social media. What was so riveting about what Mr. Meadows said, though, was the legal and criminal consequences. I don't know if any of you saw Jamaica making its debut on American Greed because of scamming. So if it's such an issue that it's being focused internationally, it becomes a greater issue when you have an aspiring member of parliament saying it's okay. And now we now have to become more accountable. So this it's a magic word now. Everybody's saying accountability, accountability, accountability. But accountability without action is just words.
Yeah. Do we do enough checks and balances? I was talking to one of my brethren and I said some of our politicians, no disrespect.
Hey, I'm not on the line now. Hi John, how you doing, sweetheart? Versa Sinister. What she just said a while ago, accountability without action is just words. This is what is happening currently right now. No? This is what is happening currently right now. But I'm trying to find the video where she was defending the Integrity Commission when she said that they're trying to neuter. They're trying to neuter the Integrity Commission. That's the video I'm looking for. Daniel Archer accuses JLP of trying to remove the Auditor General. I need that video. Yes, I need that video. Auditor General surprised to reports return, blah, blah, blah. Daniel Archer exposes the FID. Only for that interview then. They will try. I believe it's this interview now.
Transparent appointment. So, in other words, he's tainted, and that's the perception that is out there. No, yeah. So irrespective of whatever findings he would come forward with at a future time, these will be questioned.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty much what we're driving at now. So, we're saying that the process didn't work or has not worked in this case, or something has changed that should not have been changed, or it should have been communicated prior to.
Well, I mean, Daniel spoke about the.
What though are some of the inherent disadvantages now that we see? Because that leads to another question. But let's hear about the disadvantages that you foresee with what has happened now.
At the beginning, we are quite cognizant that the FID has been brought into the public discourse because of the investigations of the Integrity Commission.
Yeah.
And the recommendation from the Integrity Commission that we don't have the requisite skill set to complete this investigation, having gotten information from a forensic accountant.
So we have sent it over to another division that, to our mind, has the skill set to do the investigation.
Oh my God.
So we all have heard about the FID.
Yeah.
Yes?
Me accidentally,
we don't have the requisite skill set.
Me accidentally come upon another piece of statement that actually debunks what Vegas is saying. Listen to this, Jamaica.
Foresee with what has happened now.
At the beginning, we are quite cognizant that the FID has been brought into the public discourse because of the investigations of the Integrity Commission.
Yeah.
And the recommendation from the Integrity Commission that we don't have the requisite skill set to complete this investigation, having gotten information from a forensic accountant. So we have sent it over to another division that, to our...
So we have got the information from a forensic accountant, and you see, there are steps, you know. When they got the forensic report, they didn't withhold it. It was because of the forensic report that they realized this thing is bigger than we. We need a bigger body to investigate Andrew Ole's situation. And that's why they sent it to the FID, no Jamaica. If the FID, according to what? And this kind of off topic with Vegas, but according to what? When them name NNN report, if that is indeed true, the FID need to pack up and dash way. Because when we just look on a while ago in terms of the details of the tables and the amount of money, we're not talking about $164 million for weekly. Yeah, about transaction between three companies will go up to almost 500 million with Andrew Honest. 500 million almost. Andrew Wheatley a baby money compared to what Andrew Honest a move between in company them. And that me I tell you, so we can't stay there. But me just try to find this. Hold on, let me see executive powers.
Oh, so then is it more so about one appointment, or are we witnessing the slow centralization of what we can call executive power then?
Some of us would call it evidence of an authoritarianism. And there are other examples that persons would want to be able to point at to indicate that as far as the creation and application of our constitution is in the Westminster model, it offers too much authority to the Prime Minister. And given the level of authority that the Prime Minister has because of the very nature of the system of governance that we inherited, it makes every reason that when we speak about constitutional reform, that constitutional reform is not done for aesthetic purposes. It is done to see and answer questions such as, is there a greater public participation? How can we encourage people to participate in governance? How do we appreciate and allow people to appreciate their involvement in governance that is more than a vote?
So then should we seek to introduce then formal public hearings for major appointments to reduce, well, such as this, to reduce protest and to somehow build trust or rebuild the trust?
That's a very good idea. I use Mr. Wignall.
You know, I think a sharp and necessary start. When we return, we take a closer look at.
Well, no, that's only at law. It's on the post.
Do we need law enforcement experience for this particular post, or could you say that?
It depends on the size. Also depends on the flavor you want, right? Moment. I am at that juncture where I would respond to the position which says he is qualified.
But
I would not use a but. I would say at this particular moment in time, having regard to the allegations that have been set forth that are to be investigated, the lack of confidence that persons have in the government of illicit enrichment, history of Jamaica, be a thorough. And in these circumstances, you could have put anyone in that position. But the question is going to be asked of someone like Mr. Chung, who has publicly indicated his position as it regards to the report, as to whether or not there is public confidence in what he's going to do. That's one. And two, if you did not need qualifications of law enforcement, why would you have advertised them in 2024? And if they were removed, why have you not been forthcoming to the public to say, we removed it?
Because.
And further, if you are so confident that he is the best of all applicants, because you'll agree with me that you can have 10 persons applying for Rhodes Scholars and their applications are extraordinary, but there's always one that stands out. Of all the applications in this particular moment, that he was the applicant for the time such as this that was best suited to direct, to lead, and to present the image of transparency, objectivity, and public confidence in an entity that is now charged with investigating the investigation report of the Prime Minister, whose overarching powers are so of such that they stretch to the extent that every single member of his political party will defend him. And there is none that is going to come out and say, it don't look good. I'm just saying. So it's not a question of whether he can do the job. It's a question of whether his appointment is going to inspire public confidence, given the fact that we are at a position that we have never experienced before.
Well, I mean, she said it. The whole subjectivity of his appointment.
Go to the Minister of Finance. Who does the Minister of Finance report to?
The Prime Minister.
All right, let's shoot it again. When you put someone in the position of FID chair, where we talk about investigations, is he someone that can generate confidence from the investigators who are going to be working with him in that particular position? Is his connection to the Minister of Finance and the Prime Minister of such that those who are doing investigations may become fearful of doing that which they're supposed to do or saying what they have to say in a meeting because they don't want anything to reach a particular location?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And so when you talk about that, we have to be real and appreciate that people want confidence in the position.
Me I try find the clip, man. I search. Where you see me, boss?
I can't stay long.
Yeah.
Mr. Political rum break.
Political rum break. Me like that one there. Mr. Cole, don't mind if you use that.
No problem.
Yes, sir.
No problem. All work and no play make
Mr. Jackadol, boy. Yo.
But sometimes we have to just do reality check, you know. And the reality check is that you have to call a spade a spade.
Yes.
Right? And remember that Andrew Bowen's government get $1.5 million from America, right, to promote a certain sector in Jamaica. And it take $1.2 million from Canada to sign the Samoa agreement. That this morning you look up boy John wake up as a boy, 12 o'clock to my girl, and by 6 p.m. we don't know where my walk. And
I like that phone or something. Hold on there.
Me alone?
Yeah, my phone had a problem, man. I hear something.
Have you heard the better now?
Yeah, are you having headpiece?
Yeah, me just say,
yeah, man. That is it.
Remember me the on the road. So let me repeat back.
Yes.
$1.5 million from America. Based upon the senator from out of Louisiana, so him, we never travel yet.
Yes.
To promote a certain color flag.
Yes.
$1.2 million from Canada with the Samoa agreement. That this man, our little boy go and wake up as a little boy. 12 noon, him a little girl, and by 6 p.m. we don't know him a what.
Mighty God.
But based upon Shibada, that Mr. Vegas suck a man from him. Do you expect Mr. Vegas will not defend this government?
Why all the allegations upon him? Why am I tell you? I don't expect nothing different for real still.
Thank you.
I don't expect nothing different.
When Mr. Vegas is saying that he don't expect Andrew Willis to fire Wheatley, nor Wheatley should resign. I want to take the morals album like Andrew Willis in 2015, when Andrew Willis said that he will not sit in the parliament with one minister of government that is under investigation for corruption, not illicit enrichment, corruption. And yes, what Richard Azan did was wrong. He did not steal anybody's money, but he override the parish council to build 15 stalls for 15 females who was in the Spalding market selling in a deplorable condition. And sometimes your goodwill can turn out to be a downfall, right? and a possibility that the council that move slow because of procurement act, right? And him decides him to move fast, so him override it. Yes, it is wrong, right? But Andrew only said that he will not sit in the parliament with one member of a minister of government that is under investigation for illicit enrichment. Andrew Owens is under investigation. Whitney is referred to
get charges.
To be charged. David Mean referred to be charged. When him let's go on a light down, referred to be charged. And Maurice Dalrymple confessed and charged for the fraud the people of Jamaica as a common criminal. That's what Maurice Dalrymple in the parliament has today. Where is that moral high ground of Andrew Holness today? While he was referred to the FID for further investigation at a possibility of financial fraud. Where is Andrew Holness that is referred to the TAJ with a possibility of tax evasion? And in any country, tax evasion is one of the wickedest crimes you could commit. And there's a possibility that the Prime Minister of this country is under investigation by the TAJ for tax fraud.
That's a fact.
There's a possibility.
Yeah.
You understand? And when you hear these people like Mr. Vegas, when we used to go to church, we used to say, try everything. And when everything fails, you try Jesus. There's a possibility in try everything. And it fails and turn to politics to see if Andrew Holness remain in power. That his lifestyle can be legalized, that he can come from the closet. Like in the book of Ezekiel, can these dry bones live? It cannot live in Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
So I want to say, Mr. Vegas, and to you all laborites, are you confident in our Prime Minister whose statutory declaration cannot be verified? I yet have no confidence in a man whose statutory declaration
cannot be
always verified. And if you can justify that by attacking the Integrity Commission, Mr. Vegas, I can attack you based upon Shibada. Right? The truth must be told that this government is the most corrupt government in Jamaica.
100%. 100%.
Come with it.
Hey, Mr. Cole. Hold on, let me cut you. If you see, Andrew Willie knows same target. He was under investigation for illicit enrichment. And he didn't have the integrity enough to say him not gonna run. Even if Andrew wants to know, where's your integrity? You the individual. Why him feel so comfortable for run same way, knowing say under investigation for illicit enrichment? He show you the company, he show you who them is.
Bolo. Where do you understand with these men, right? Are these people?
Yes.
Is that confident enough? Right? When Andrew always look and see him at 5 + 9, 14. Andrew always confessed to the Jamaican people that he asked within his own party, far, near and wide, who first came out that is under illicit enrichment. And you own this. This is on the Integrity Commission report. Once you go underneath investigation, a letter wrote to you, right? And said that you are now under investigation for illicit enrichment. All right? So if Andrew Onis asks, and Davian Main, Maurice Dalrymple, the name Les Brown, I don't remember that name, but there's a Brown, right? Davian Main, Ledbury, Dalrymple, Andrew Wheatley, which Andrew Onis get a letter. That is showing you that Andrew Onis know, and they know about his letter. And that's why he cannot take that moral high ground in 2016 that he said he will not sit in the parliament with one corrupt minister. He know he have no moral. And I dare the people of Jamaica, if you want to sit down and make police analyze your sons and daughters based on an allegation that people call the police and say, look, your son have a firearm and your son do that, and the police can come at your yard, kick off your door, video show Julian, video showed Burchell, out of, and the people go and remain silent.
I tell you, like no,
we have to take a stand.
A true man.
We have to take a stand, Jamaican. $3 trillion cannot be accounted for while we have to go borrow $3 trillion to fund Nara. Yeah?
Say that again. Say that again.
$3 trillion cannot be accounted.
Brother, more than that. I'm more than that. I'm more than that, Mr. Cole.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't know the number. The number gone way out of one place.
Right now, we have to go borrow $3 trillion to go for Nara. What is our budget cycle per year? $1.2 trillion. That's 2-year of budget cycle and 4 months of money cannot be accounted for.
Why?
That's reality.
Right now. Jaja. It's rough. But me I go move on here, Mr. Cole. I have a couple more video, long video where me need to check out. I always appreciate the contribution. Yeah, man. Nice little rum break, you know?
Me not reaching yet. When me reaching the commander.
Nice little rum break.
Thank you.
Alright, my boss. Yeah. Alright, so let me go to this. Anybody have a clip? Anybody have a clip when Daniel Archer they defend the integrity commission and yo, more want it, you know. Yo, let me see if Anissa Belly was still up here, man. I know so she have a look at baby and so she a look at daughter. So she most of the time she up, you know. Let me see if she have it. Yo, me I searching the whole place. That's why I put this in my ears. Me I listen to Mr. Cole and I listen to you something same time, you know. Hey Nisa, good night. I hope me not wake you, you know. But I'm not lie, I hope me wake you. Yo, me there on the live, you know. Me I look for a video with Daniel Archer defend the Auditor General. And she did make the point for say, boy, them a try to remove her and new to the Integrity Commission. More on that clip there. That clip the more. I look like she turned off, oh, she not turn off her phone, but it look like she Jaja. Anyway, I'm going to move on, ladies and gentlemen. You know, people who don't know, say, Nickeisha Burchell have a YouTube channel now. Yep. It came to my feed. Let me go to her channel. Yeah. It came to my feed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to listen to her. And we're going to listen to her. But I'm still going to look for my girlie. My girlie, so. Hopefully, I'm not have to react to this. Too. Lord have mercy. Probably one next time. I left that one here alone. Nickeisha Burchell. Yes, my people. When I look for Nickeisha Burchell on YouTube here, she have an official YouTube page now. Yeah, man. Official. Like official. Boy, her name there is somewhat something. I look for her page now. I can't find it. Because about 300 persons she have. Oh, I forgot that I have already clicked on the video, so it should be in my history. Here it is. Yes.
My job. That's my job. I do not need anyone to refer to the standing orders and waste the time of the parliament because that's my job. That's my job. Oh, that's my job. That's my job.
You have probably seen headlines about a cell phone. You may even have seen the Prime Minister's comments about bullying. What you probably have not seen is the nearly 2.5 hours of parliamentary chaos that came before any of that. This video is not really about a cell phone. This video is about why it is becoming increasingly difficult to get anything productive done in Jamaica's parliament. Let me use last week's sitting as an example. Minister Horace Chang rose to make a statement.
I rise to provide some clarity on the memorandum of understanding between the government of Jamaica and the government of the United States of America concerning the potential transfer of third country nationals to Jamaica.
He rose at approximately 1 hour and 50 minutes into the sitting. 1 hour, 50 minutes. More than 2 hours later, the matter was still before the House. Think about that. One ministerial statement, which goes to about 30 minutes or so, questions from a handful of members, about 6 to 7, more than 2 hours, nearly 3 hours of parliamentary time. And let me show you why. The minister is entitled to make a statement. The opposition spokesperson is then entitled to respond. In this case, that was Fitzjackson, and he did so within 5 minutes. After that, members of parliament are allowed to ask questions arising from the minister's statement. Not speeches, questions. We get it. Watch what happens next.
Hold on a minute, Minister. There is one additional person who would like to ask a question. Is that so? Pardon me? So it's yourself? Yes. And the latitude provided to the opposition leader will not be provided to you other members. I'm asking you, stick to the question. So hold on, member. So it will, Member Campbell, I heard you very clearly.
So early on, she signals that she's ready for the contention. Members aren't even allowed to voice their opinion, even though they're not speaking on the microphone.
A lot of preamble and post dance, but he got the latitude to do so in deference to him as leader of the opposition. So the first person will be St. Catherine Northwest, and then after that will be Westmoreland Eastern, and finally it will be the member from St. Anne Southeastern, after which the Minister of National Security will respond.
The Speaker identifies the members she intends to take questions from, those who indicated at the beginning. But notice something important. She does not say questioning is closed. She does not say no further questions will be accepted. She does not say that members who have not yet indicated will not be recognized. She simply identifies the members who had early indicated that they wanted questions and that after them she was going to go to the minister for his response. That distinction matters because there is more than one way to manage questioning. Sometimes all questions are taken before the minister responds. Sometimes questions are taken in batches. Sometimes members indicate later because they are listening carefully and trying to avoid repeating questions that have already been asked. That is exactly what Anthony Hilton and I were doing. Please remember that point because it is important. We're going to come back to it later.
The question is, how long could that 10 remain in Jamaica at
First thing, let me reiterate. You are not permitted to ask questions asked already. That question was previously asked in terms of the length of time.
That's not so.
You need to listen when the members ask questions.
This has been sped up and edited for time, but note the tone of the speaker and how she interrupts the speaker every opportunity. At this point, we are no longer discussing the...
You know what I love about this? She's literally going after the Speaker of the House. Brilliant. This is great content, ladies and gentlemen. Why not benefit from it, Nickeisha Burchell? Brilliant. Shoot, we've been benefiting from it. I've been benefiting from it. People love the drama. But it's also education as well, because she's going deep in educating you on what is the reality in Parliament. The lady came with the smoke, ladies and gentlemen. She come to disrupt and cause contention. She does not do the things to cause a flow to happen in the Parliament. She's a virago. She operates with a Jezebel spirit. It's just the truth. I was watching the Parliament and I was tearing the hair out of my head that I don't have. I was like, ma'am, just let the people them talk. When you stop them from talk, it take longer for them talk and it wastes a whole lot of time. Just let them talk. For crying out loud, man. Jesus.
In the third country national agreement, we're discussing procedure. In fact, we're discussing procedure that does not appear anywhere in the standing orders. Listen carefully.
That is two strikes, member.
Yeah, well, there's no standing order on strikes.
None. Please do not allow us to go there.
Don't worry. Madam Speaker, third question. Yeah, all the time.
The Speaker introduces the idea of strikes. 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, you're out. But there's no provision in the standing orders creating a strike system for members asking.
I make sure you make that up, you know. You hear that? There's no strike system. She made it up, Jamaica, because she coming for the PMP. Yes, she's totally biased. She cannot be fair. She has lost all credibility, ladies and gentlemen. Mighty God.
Questions, then she lectures
clearly, and you weren't interrupted because it was a new question. All right, thank you, man. Would you like me to read the standing order for you?
No, please. And she lectures and threatens to read it as if she could find it. What should have been a few minutes of questioning turns into another lengthy procedural dispute. And notice the tone. You need to listen. Members of Parliament are elected representatives. They're not students in a classroom. Respect for the chairwoman comes from fairness, consistency and impartiality, not from speaking down to members. Again, we're no longer discussing the issue before the country. We are discussing procedure. Watch this carefully. Dr. Dayton Campbell rises. Before asking his question, he attempts to reference the standing orders, you know, the rules that govern Parliament. He does not get very far. His microphone is cut almost immediately.
I rise with my standing orders. And I rise with my standing orders looking at standing order 11A. Statement by ministers, and there are 3 subsections on it.
This part of the question and answer session is not standing orders, and if you would like to continue, I will now move to the next member who is required to ask questions.
No, I don't know.
Member from St. Anne Eastern, go ahead with your questions. Member from St. Anne Eastern. Member from St. Anne Eastern. Member from St. Anne Eastern, you're being allowed to ask your questions.
Speaker declares that this part of the proceedings is not about the standing orders and begins moving to another member. She has turned off his mic. She's done with Dr. Dayton Campbell and the people of Eastern Westmoreland. No, pause right there. Whether Dr. Campbell was right or wrong to quote the standing order is not actually the point. He was right, obviously. The point is that he was not even permitted to complete the thought. No one in the chamber is clairvoyant. No one knew exactly where he was going. No one had heard the point he intended to make. Yet the microphone was already off and another confrontation had begun. This happens every...
The lady is anticipating or trying to anticipate. What's up, Queen? You're 1 hour late still. You're 1 hour and 15 minutes late still. But you're trying to anticipate what the people ever say before them say. Absolute madness, brother.
Single sitting of the Houses of Parliament that this speaker chairs. Too often, discussion is being stopped before it is even fully heard. And now, once again, we're no longer discussing the issue before the country. We're discussing what is in the speaker's mind. We're discussing whether a member can reference the very rules that govern Parliament.
Now, if the question is not governed by the standing order, what is it governed by? What governs the question?
That question from the member of St. Mary, Mr. Omar Newell, is an excellent question. I'm glad you played, because I was saying the same thing.
Members. Member Campbell.
So again, the House is at a standstill. The Speaker, aided by the Leader of Government Business, continues to lecture members and block Dayton Campbell from asking his questions.
And another intervention, and another delay, and another microphone being switched off. This is the Parliament of Jamaica.
Member Campbell, if you believe that you manage the House and you do not follow the instructions given, I will move to the next member.
Question number 2. On what basis is the government of Jamaica willing to send back Cuban doctors but admit?
And his microphone has been muted again for the great comic relief of the Speaker and the members of the government benches.
You're laughing. You need to call the House to order.
Minister.
So here's where we have the dispute again. I've indicated by turning on my microphone that I wish to speak, so too did Tony Hilton after she had taken her initial list. She decides to take Tony Hilton and ignores me totally.
Just 2 questions to the Minister.
Member from St. Andrew West, you turned on your mic. However, I had closed with the Minister to respond. You're the last person. 2 questions.
Thank you. Thank you,
yes,
Madam.
I did.
Thank you. Thank you,
Go ahead. Minister.
So here we go again. South St. James is being denied again, and only me, because she has admitted other questions, but not mine. The Speaker shouts to Minister Chang to answer the questions, totally ignoring the questions from South St. James.
I have some. Minister, please answer the questions. Minister, please answer the questions asked.
Yo, that lady are really, really disgusting, you know. Yo, Jaja.
So members of the opposition protest, asking what provision is preventing me from asking these questions. Or Leader of Opposition Business, Natalie Nita, attempts to make a point of order and is prevented from doing so by the Speaker, which she has no authority to do.
Please turn on your mic, Minister. Any other mic? If you turn it on, it will be turned off again.
I have questions on behalf of the people of Jamaica. I would like an...
Minister, your mic.
Speaker.
Minister, please go ahead with your responses.
Madam Speaker.
Minister, please go ahead with your responses. You take instructions from the Speaker.
Madam Speaker,
go ahead,
can I be protected?
I have questions.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
You see, throughout all of this, all the Speaker had to do was say, member from Southern St. James, I recognize you. we'll come to you in the next batch. She expect the lady to read her mind. That's what she expects, you know. So she disrespect her by ignoring her, and then I try to move on with things. It's the same thing that caused the situation with Dr. Angela Brown Burchell. She was ignoring everybody over the PMP side. She just didn't want them to be done. She's a bully. Errol, what are you doing? She's a bully. She is a bully, brother. She don't know how to be fair and balanced. Remember when Mr. Dr. Dayton Campbell was saying to her, it's your job, you should be quieting them, but you're laughing with them. That was a moment of exposure, you know. Like and share the video, guys. May I tell her, say, oh, this lady is terribly
The speaker has given the floor. The individuals are not detainees, madam. Madam Speaker, may I indicate?
It's at this point that I take out my phone, recording a selfie for evidence, as our microphones had been turned off and the house was now in a protest mode.
What is the provision that the speaker is doing?
See the chairman of the chair on the order.
Members, kindly take your seat and allow the minister to answer the questions asked of him. You don't need to get up on any point of order. You have no need to get up on any point of order. So, you are directed to answer the question.
Note, our leader of opposition business, Nickeisha, tries to make a point of order and is again denied by the speaker, who later said that the proper thing to have done instead of a protest was to ask the leader of opposition business to intervene, which she tried on multiple occasions and was denied by the speaker.
The collection of the street. No, not Madam Speaker.
All of this was a gigantic waste of time because of her arrogance. That's all it is.
I'm being denied
Madam Speaker.
to ask questions on behalf of the people of Jamaica.
Madam Speaker.
About this program.
Opposition to the leader of opposition business.
No, but we are all standing. Anyways, Madam Speaker, may I proceed?
Could you turn off the mics, everybody?
Speaker, this is a matter of grave national importance.
House Leader.
And I know that you would like for the people of Jamaica to get the answers that they deserve.
What is the House
absolutely
rule
nothing
that you're speaking
in the
to?
standing orders which would prevent our members from asking the relevant questions on this matter. In addition, I would like to know, because perhaps you're planning to take the questions in batches. Perhaps it is that you're going to allow the minister to answer the questions already asked, and then you plan to reopen questions for additional answers. Is that the case, Madam Speaker? So if so, we'll await his response and then allow for others to ask questions.
It is a wonder that wasn't contemplated by the members who rudely stood up.
So this is called gaslighting. Instead of giving us clarity, she continues to push and stoke the fire and blame us, calling us rude for protesting. And
so that's exactly what it was, gaslighting. Because if she had communicated to the persons in Parliament, the People's National Party specifically, I said, listen, what I'm going to do is let him answer the first batch of questions. All of you, the rest of you, I recognize you. Don't worry, you're going to get your turn. Boom. Listen, let me tell you something. If we didn't have stoplights, this is the best way we can explain it. If we didn't have stoplights and this lady was the person that was going to make sure that the traffic goes and flows without anybody crash. At the first minute the traffic gets heavy, there would be accidents, deaths and collision. The way how she goes about what she's doing in the parliament. She's creating total chaos in the parliament right now as we speak. This lady, Andrew and his wife. Total chaos. Absolute chaos because of
An unfair decision.
And this is where another issue emerges. While members are still seeking clarification from the chair, an exchange breaks out between the Prime Minister and Dr. Dayton Campbell. The Prime Minister tells Dr. Campbell to shut up. Dr. Campbell asks him to repeat it. The Prime Minister repeats it. Dr. Campbell returns the remark to the Prime Minister. The atmosphere in the chamber immediately deteriorates. Government members become...
Oh, what you mean? Come in a one liner. You see? That's why this is important. So we now know from Nickeisha Burchell that Dr. Dayton Campbell repeated, and I'm going to put this on my TikTok. Yes, this is important, ladies and gentlemen, because there was some people saying that Dr. Dayton Campbell is soft and all of this, and rated, and you should have tell him say shut up back. And I say, alright, me what am I say, but you know, I never share that opinion then still. I never share that opinion of Mr. Campbell at all. Come on, man. Yeah, TikTok is a brother Bolo Tbv, and you know I'm here listening to Nickeisha Burchell. How many of you knew that Nickeisha Burchell have a YouTube channel? Go and check her out first of all. Now, she just mentioned something. You remember when Andrew Holness and Dr. Dayton Campbell was going back and forth in the parliament? Well, she mentioned something that happened there that I did not know. Listen to this. And I'm sure many of you didn't either.
Testing an unfair decision.
And this is where another issue emerges. While members are still seeking clarification from the chair, an exchange breaks out between the Prime Minister and Dr. Dayton Campbell. The Prime Minister tells Dr. Campbell to shut up. Dr. Campbell asks him to repeat it. The Prime Minister repeats it. Dr. Campbell returns the remark to the Prime Minister. The atmosphere in the chamber immediately deteriorates. Government...
Pause. So I want to say big up to you, sir, Dr. Dayton Campbell. And congratulations again on your recent, wedding, tying off the knot. Again, I want to say publicly, I wish for you all the best, my brother. And that's how you do it, man. Don't let none of them bully you, man. You're too much of a strong figure and a strong voice. I was looking at the fact that you went through so much with the constituency with Hurricane Melissa, and I saw you had the humble approach. But Mr. Campbell, it's time to take out the lion out of the cage, man. Andrew Holness and his government is too out of order. I want you guys to make sure that you're versed in the standing order so you can fight for us in Parliament against this virago. You understand? That is the Speaker of the House. She has a spirit of Jezebel within her. Our husband have a spirit of Jezebel. Two of them. Yes. If you read the Bible, I know your man read the Bible. And anybody else, I'm going to read up what the spirit of Jezebel. Talking about shut up. How dare he tell you to shut up as a big man? You tell him back shut up too. What do you think this is? And then talking about people is bully. And then you see the media is such ugh. You know what I mean? The media is so mainstream media is such garbage. I'm so disappointed in mainstream media. I would never lend them my ear anymore. And I was once a consumer of mainstream media. You know what I mean? They were once credible, but no. Total sellouts, man, majority of them. It's a damn shame. And then there's vloggers as well. But that's beside the point. Big up to you, Dr. Dayton Campbell. standing up for yourself as a man should. Shut up and Jonas. That is it. I need to find the picture of Mr. Dr. Nathan Campbell when he was you know.
Parliament members become involved, opposition members become involved. Voices are raised across the floor, talk of consequences and punishment begins to fly around the chamber directed at Dayton Campbell for daring to speak to the Prime Minister in that manner. At this point, we were not
consequences. What do you mean? So I check them, what them man are not easy. Hey, me forgot to say something there in my ears. I'll be hey, careful.
Discussing the third country national agreement. The House is in open conflict. Now notice something. Throughout the sitting, the Speaker had been quick to intervene when opposition members spoke. She had repeatedly interrupted, repeatedly lectured, repeatedly switched off microphones. Yet during this exchange involving the Prime Minister, Mr. Holness, there was no similar urgency to restore order. People can draw their own conclusions from that. But it is a contrast that many Jamaicans have noticed for themselves. Mr. Holness is now interrupting the House, and Mrs. Holness has no challenge with it.
Madam,
Remember, the House is in chaos, or mics have been turned off, and this is needed for evidence.
Once again, Member Burchell, in contravention to the standing orders, is using an electronic device and taping in the House. So Member Burchell, the moment you go ahead.
And now we finally arrive at the cell phone. This is
very interesting. So when Andrew Holness was telling Mr. Dr. Dayton Campbell to shut up twice, she never said anything to her husband. You know, see why it's a conflict of interest? Oh, shut up. Oh, she's going to reprimand her husband in Parliament, being the Speaker of the House. This is what you call a compromise, a clear conflict of interest. This is why it should never happen. Because a woman's natural instincts is to not, you know, do that. If she love her husband, you think so she go embarrass him in front of the world for reprimand him. Who remember when the two of them was talking back and forth? Madam Speaker, I think you should declare on this, and she talk over him. Their whole private life came out right in front of the world right now. So listen, you can deduce from how they actually communicate when they're at home, whenever they're at home. We know who is the boss. I will leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. We know who is the boss. Just off that exchange alone, we know who wears the pants in the relationship. You remember good? Let's continue.
Go ahead.
And now we finally arrive at the cell phone. This is the moment everybody has been talking about. But by now, the House has already descended into total confusion. Members are protesting, the microphones have been muted, important exchanges are taking place off microphone. The official audio record is no longer capturing everything that is happening. At that point, I make the decision to record. Initially, I'm recording myself in a selfie type of mode. I am documenting the fact that I am being denied an opportunity to ask questions on behalf of the people I represent. People may agree or disagree with that decision. That is their right, but it is important to understand why it happened. I was not recording for entertainment. I was not going live, as the Speaker said. I was attempting to preserve a record of events while the official microphones were muted and important exchanges were occurring outside the audio recording. I am the information spokesperson. Now watch what happens next.
A member across the floor has consistently been using her phone to record.
This video was so hilarious. Yes, Queen, big up yourself. This video, this man was videoing, you know, and trying to tell on Nickeisha Burchell while videoing.
in the House, which is a breach of the standing orders. Madam Speaker, I am asking that you name the member,
So he was just recording, but he's calling for me to be named.
Another member takes out a phone and begins recording me, he says. So at that point, there are two members recording, yet only one member is threatened with being named. Only one member becomes the focus of the speaker's attention. Again, people can draw their own conclusions about bias in the House. My point is simply this: if a rule exists, it should be applied consistently. The issue cannot be the act itself when multiple members are doing the same thing. The issue becomes how the rule is being applied, and that is why so many people watching this have concerns about fairness and consistency in the conduct of proceedings. Eventually, the situation becomes so heated that the House is forced into recess. Think about that. We have now moved from a ministerial statement and simple questions to a parliamentary recess. Not because of the issue before the country, but because the proceedings have become consumed by conflict. Again.
A million lectures later, and I'm allowed to ask my questions.
The easiest thing in the world would be to make this story about a member taking out her cell phone and doing selfies in Parliament. The cell phone is not the story. The cell phone appears almost at the end of the story. The real story is what you have just watched. A minister rose to make a statement at approximately 1 hour and 50 minutes into the sitting of Parliament. The matter was not concluded until approximately 4 hours and 11 minutes into the sitting. Questions that should have taken minutes consumed more than 2 hours of parliamentary time. Not because members were examining the issue before the country, not because new information kept emerging, but because the House repeatedly became trapped in procedural disputes, interruptions, lectures, interventions, microphone cutoffs, uncertainty, conflict, attitude, emotion, slamming of microphone to turn off and shut off the speaker. The purpose of Parliament is scrutiny. The purpose of Parliament is accountability. The role of a speaker is to facilitate debate, enforce the rules fairly and consistently, and help Parliament conduct the people's business efficiently. Management creates order. Control, on the other hand, creates resistance. True. I am a first-term member of Parliament. I did not come to Parliament driving all the way from South St. James, expecting that representatives would simply be interrupted, spoken down to, prevented from speaking, or treated differently depending on who they are or which side they sat on. Nor do I believe that younger members entering Parliament should simply accept that as normal. Respect for the chair is essential, but respect for the chair is strengthened when members have confidence that the rules are being applied fairly, consistently, and impartially. The real question is whether Parliament is being managed in a way that allows a robust debate while still protecting fairness, order, and accountability. Because Parliament does not belong to the Speaker. It does not belong to the government. It doesn't belong to the opposition. It belongs to the people of Jamaica, and the Jamaican people deserve a Parliament where more time is spent debating their issues than debating the Speaker's latest intervention or interruption.
Man, listen. Yo, this lady is good, man. I can't even, like, I just have to be listening. I can't even stop the thing too much. She is excellent at what she does. You guys, the last time I checked, it was like at 300 and something persons. Persons are finding her page because they're 519. Somebody else, like, from the time I've been watching this video, 8 persons subscribed already. Her channel is going to blow up. You already know. They love her. All of this, the queen, the look, everything. And then, you know what I mean, just everything. The intelligence, the communication skills, her passion. Shout out to Nickeisha Burchell, man. Make sure y'all go check her out, man. Let me see what, I didn't get to check out Colin Bell. So I'm going to go jump on Colin Bell show. I think he was on today. Yeah, he was.
Jamaican children.
Nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. We're listening to the MP for Eastern Portland, Isaac Buchanan, speaking in the House of Representatives in his first contribution to a sectorial debate. Let's listen a little bit more.
Our young people.
As to go through it, I do intend to be brief.
So, Andrew Wellness, you're going to be dragged in the mud when you're already under the brook with the landslide. You are going to be dragged. I was once a candidate or a standard bearer. I never reached candidate because candidate is after nomination. I was the proposed candidate for the People's National Party for East Portland. And I went to the interviews. The party also have an integrity commission that you have to go to. And they ask you all sorts of questions. If you're under investigation by the police, they want to know how much money you owe the bank, how you've been servicing that debt. All of them something. Them ask. So are you saying to me that to be a member of the cabinet, the prime minister, not find out if these people are fit and proper? This is problematic. So Andrew Wellness, you're going to be dragged in the mud when you're already under the brook with the landslide. You are going to be dragged further into the mud. Because you know, do your due diligence based on this statement that you just make. What can go so? Caller, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Sir Bell.
Blessings, my brother.
Listener, people in the chat room.
Yes.
And thing, yeah, man. You steal my thunder a while ago.
I did?
Yes, man. From 2020, man, the man under investigation. And then back to where you said, but 2024, they asked him on the question.
Yes.
And the man saying, him asks. So I'm saying, ask everybody, far and wide. And the man them said, no, none of them on the investigation. And I long run at 10 of them, including him. See? So me not understand what I'm saying.
But how can you name a new cabinet without first checking to ensure that the people you are naming to the cabinet are above board? But you know what it is, caller?
And it get worse now because you are going on. Himself and Ocean Wise say to consolidate and do some reshuffling. You're gonna reshuffle up a dirty pack, an unclean pack. You're gonna reshuffle it. So based on what he said again, he doesn't know who. He doesn't know nothing. Jamaica, he knows nothing. Yo, Judge, you can't make this up, bro. The man don't know not about no investigation. Him clueless. So everybody we a part-time party, him just don't know. Him don't know if them are getting investigated. So he's gonna reshuffle a pack and then probably 7 out of the reshuffle, them under investigation. But him don't know. Him just don't know Jamaica. Guys, show some love to the platform by tapping up the screen. I really ask you guys to donate. I really ask you guys to donate or send no gifts or anything. I kind of give up on that. I don't really have the audience that really is either them just not have it or whatever. I saw it, right? Denton Williams. Is that the Denton Williams that's in our today? Is that the Denton? Thank you so much, Chris. Is that the Denton Williams that's in our today? On the news article. Our today OUR. But yeah, what is bad about Andrew Wellness' situation is that he admitted on Big Mama show that he really doesn't know who's under investigation. He's clueless. So how are you going to reshuffle the pack? You're going to reshuffle a pack of dirty cards. Because you don't know who else is under investigation for illicit enrichment. What you see, one of the things that Andrew established to him, one of the things he established to him is that, listen, there's nothing anybody can do for him to fire them. He has crippled himself as a leader. to the point where he cannot fire anybody. The basis of Dr. Andrew Wheatley's report, just that alone, based off good governance, he should remove himself, just like Andrew should remove himself, both of them. Xavier Main remove himself. Christopher Tupton should have been removed. Darrell Var should have been removed. All of these characters, these political characters, should have been removed. But now he has put the final nail in his coffin. His political career, his political credibility is going 12 feet deep. They have already lowered the coffin with him in it and start throwing dirt on him. After this interview with Big Mama. Well, you know, speaking of that interview, something was said on Burchell name again. Mystic Sensation. I'm more find it because when I heard it, something went into my brain. I went ding 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 ding.
Prime Minister, since
yes,
and we did that program
of dealing with anti-corruption issue, and the government does.
And you're going to hear the lies that they told about Phil. You understand and how they're trying to malign the Integrity Commission investigators, Andrew Warnes and Prefuse.
Current issue, yes. Dr. Andrew Wheatley, does he still retain your confidence as a cabinet minister?
Dr. Wheatley retains my confidence in the work that he has been doing in the Office of the Prime Minister, particularly in AI and cyber and these other areas. As it relates to the report that was tabled on him, I have read the report briefly. I have not a chance to go through it. I do intend to be briefed.
One of the things I took from that was that Andrew doesn't hold what the Integrity Commission says. He doesn't give it any credibility. A report like this came out, and this interview was Monday. You know? This interview was Monday. When did the report come out about Andrew Wheatley? 4 days before. I think it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days before. And you're telling me that you didn't see it prudent as the leader. The entire media was on fire talking about Andrew Wheatley. And you didn't see it prudent, Andrew Wheatley. You didn't see it important to read it all the way through? Man, you cannot make this up, man. But then there's another thing. There's another thing that he said. And I said, wow, okay. I see you.
By the attorneys as to exactly what is stated in the report. I do, however, feel
his attorneys or your attorneys or the government's attorneys?
The party's attorneys.
Oh, yeah. all the parties involved.
Yeah. So the charges that are suggested or recommended are serious charges. Now, the challenge, of course, is that no charge has yet been preferred on him. So
you hear what him say? All time own mouth. Hey, Errol. Alright, so Errol, are you subscribed to my other YouTube pages, bro? Because I can't go down the rabbit hole right now. I put out a video earlier on my YouTube page. Let me show you. You have to watch it. Bolo VNR 2.0. You see this video? You see this video? See that video there? You see Paul Buchanan pan? Second to last video when we drop. See the 1,400 views already. Breaking news, Andrew Willis versus Paul Buchanan. Go and watch that video. Yeah, man. Explain everything. Alright, my brother? Yeah, man. Respect. That I got show me off now.
Of course, is that no charge has yet been preferred on him. So until that point, we will observe the situation. Today,
and for the persons that are on TikTok, remember to subscribe to my YouTube page. The link is in the bio. Alright?
I'm going to leave here, run back to cabinet. I expect to see Minister Wheatley there, and we will have a fulsome discussion with him directly on the report and what to expect in the future.
Given what happened in...
Mr. Will Rattigan made a point, and I think it was a sound one. He said he noticed when he was asked the question, Andrew ran around the question, you know. He never said he has confidence in Andrew Wheatley in terms of the report. He said he had confidence in him in terms of his work in the ministry of in the office of the Prime Minister regarding his portfolio. He never talked about the illicit enrichment part. And he also mentioned that the charges were serious. But then he's going to contradict himself. And this is the point I want to make. Let's continue.
Previous years with Petrojam, of which nothing came, you've reappointed him, and you've come under attack for doing so. Do you regret doing so now?
So you will recall that Minister Wheatley at the time resigned in the Petrojam affair, and after the 2020 election, I did not reappoint him because those matters were not yet resolved. Those matters were since resolved.
Jamaica, that's a lie. The matters in Petrojam has not been resolved. That is a lie. The oil that was missing has not been found. That is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Just mark it down. One more lie and the many lies that Andrew Willis tell. It is a lie. The oil was not found. Who was charged? Was anybody charged? Did anybody go to prison? Did they recover the oil? That is what I call a case that has not been closed. The case is still open, ladies and gentlemen. Just like how Andrew Willis statutory declaration case is still open. It's not closed. Alright? So don't let them fool you. Alright, my side. Don't let them fool you. That's why I'm going to go over these videos now, and give my commentary, because the points that were made are so incredibly solid, right? Please remember that. Listen, nobody that watches me on a regular basis, let me repeat, nobody that watches me on a regular basis on these topics and watches all of my videos know if you should look at the information for yourself, learn the information for yourself. You're going to walk in confidence when speaking on these matters, because I am not here to mislead anybody. I will tell you when it's going to be an allegation. I will tell you when it's going to be my opinion. We have those discussions. But when it's a fact, you're going to know that it's a fact, so you can stand on it on firm, solid ground. The man just lied to the people a while ago talking about those situations have been resolved. How? It's still up in the air. Nobody knows what really happened. They didn't find the oil. The oil gone, Jamaica. Gone. And in cases like those, usually, that's what happens.
Those matters were since resolved, and therefore he was clear to be reappointed. I was totally honored.
Lie. No matter no result
of any report or any investigation. I am not aware of investigations that are ongoing. It seems to me that the PNP would know more about investigations on
that part. That was a slight at the Integrity Commission. So you see, he said that the charges are serious. And now he's insinuating that the Integrity Commission has this connection with the PNP where they would know more about the investigations than him. It's another seed he's planting of doubt in the minds of individuals where the Integrity Commission is concerned. The man is a deceptive, cunning snake. When I heard it, I said, wow, I listened to it before, but I never caught that. So on one end, the Integrity Commission charges are serious. So you're giving validity to the seriousness of the charges coming out of the Integrity Commission. But on the other end, the Integrity Commission seems to be body-body with, you know, body-body with with the PNP. The only thing is that the PNP does what they... Hasn't the PNP been charged for late admissions? They have paid them and they have moved on. The PNP has never cursed out the Integrity Commission, not under Mark Goley. They have never tried to put them down. They just face the consequences, the minor consequences of whatever action is taken under the law and pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars and move on and try not to make the same mistake again. That's all the PNP do, you know. The only persons that have a problem with the Integrity Commission because they cannot explain their wealth is the Jamaica Labour Party members. Them is the only one. And I'm talking having a problem with them to the point of coming out publicly to try and discredit them. That was a moment of him trying to discredit the Integrity Commission and imply that the People's National Party somehow have some type of link with the Integrity Commission and just know everything what go on, while him as the leader don't know. And Andre Stevenson played last night a clip that, let me find it too. Let me find the clip of Andre play. Well, I'm going to tell you, man, 117-18. He play one clip. Andre play a clip the previous night before of something that Andrew Wellness said. And I did not remember that Andrew Wellness said it, ladies and gentlemen. I was so shocked. I was so shocked.
Correction is given.
You see that? See that?
And that's what I don't always have to
find it, Jamaica. Oh God, me find it. I found it.
Jamaica.
You find it fast, man. Thank God.
I'm going to do a proper scrutiny tonight. Me not just ball out. I'm going to do some fact checking.
Yes.
I'm going back to 2020.
Yes, Andrew.
I'm going back to 2020.
Yes.
I'm going to play you a clip now of him discussing Royal Reid's resignation. I want you to listen carefully to what he said. Drayden, play that clip right now.
As Prime Minister, my job.
I'm going to play you a clip now of him discussing Royal Reid's resignation. I want you to listen carefully to what he said. Drayden, play that clip right now.
As Prime Minister, my job is to keep my ears to the ground. So you don't always have to have evidence, but you need to have information. So information comes to me.
To 2020. I'm going to play you a clip now of him discussing Royal Reid's resignation. I want you to listen carefully to what he said. Drayden, play that clip right now.
As Prime Minister, my job is to keep my ears to the ground. So you don't always have to have evidence, but you need to have information. So information comes to me by all kinds of means. And when information is brought to my attention, then the ministerially responsible thing to do is to investigate, put in a process of discovery. And that's what I've done in all issues that have come. So if an allegation is made, I will call in the person against whom the allegation is made. We'll ask questions. We'll have a conversation. Many times it's heart to heart. Many times it is, you know, this is what has to happen. A direction is given. So that was the process that I've used.
What can go so?
Hey, future wealth builders, welcome back. In Chapter 4, we built financial intelligence. We strengthened literacy. We elevated it to edification. But knowledge alone does not create peace. You can understand money and still feel unstable. You can earn more and still feel anxious.
Sorry about that, guys. That phone here It's an old phone, you know, so I press the touch and you not touch.
I think you would know more about investigations ongoing than I do. I am not aware of investigations that are ongoing. It seems to me that the PNP would know more about investigations ongoing than or of any report or any investigation. I am not aware of investigations that are ongoing. It seems to me that the PNP would know more about investigations ongoing than I do.
And that raises the issue. Do you have confidence in the Integrity Commission?
The Integrity Commission is a necessary agency to tackle corruption in Jamaica. I believe there are changes that are necessary for it to become more effective.
You haven't said yes or no.
I believe there are changes to make it more effective.
So as of this moment, do you have confidence in it?
I believe there are changes that are necessary.
It needs fixing.
Precisely. And this is not just my opinion. I believe.
So it needs funding, not fixing, funding.
Yes, basically, you understand, he leave room there in terms of asks when Cliff Hughes asked him, do you have confidence in the Integrity Commission? And he leave room so one can deduce what they want to deduce. You understand? But he ensured that he did not say that the Integrity Commission investigators or the commission itself have integrity. You understand? So he leave doubt. So anyone out there can deduce what they want to deduce of that. So disingenuous of the Prime Minister. However, I am going to deal with something right now. Now, Ratty and Sister Daisy, some time ago, the Prime Minister was asked if he knew of anyone in his cabinet under investigation for illicit enrichment. The Prime Minister, Mr. Rattigan and Daisy, responded that he looked far and wide and he was not made aware that anyone in his ministry was under investigation. Now, my question to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, since mainstream media is not asking you, the mama is not asking you, Mr. Sensation is going to ask. So, Prime Minister, did you ask Mr. Wheatley if he was under such investigation pertaining to illicit enrichment? But let us presume that the Prime Minister...
I'm going to have to go watch that on myself. That was an interesting point.
The Prime Minister is applying to the court to struck out the law of illicit enrichment.
That's a fact.
The Prime Minister doesn't want that to be illegal anymore.
That's a fact.
I'm involved.
That's a fact.
You understand? Because I don't understand. The man resigned from Burchell because of corruption, and you go back again, but still keep the man. All right, you know, some of some other but I have one more issue.
Yes.
I listened to a lawyer. This morning on TV with the girl Simone Cooper them.
Yeah.
The man say, yo, the government don't know what kind of pickle they get themselves in with respect to the TC and
listen, it's madness. It's madness.
The liar say, man, them now govern themselves, right? Them govern a country, so you can just on your own.
Make this decision.
It's supposed to come to Parliament, come discuss it, because you know, work with yourself, you work with people who elect you.
Yes.
But him say them know it bind with them get themselves, you know. And thing, we say, yo, that's a question. The man them will come, right? They have a plane ticket, them buy a ticket.
No.
That's a correct question.
No,
they don't buy no ticket. So
they are deportees. They are being deported by the United States of America. Right?
They come in transit. Don't know how they come in transit. In transit when you come one place to go to next place.
You must have another ticket if you are in transit. Do they have the next ticket for the next flight? When is the next flight?
But they don't have the first ticket either. And secondly, now, where the lawyer man has said, we'll stick to Simone then. Is that what happened, you know? Them can't go back to them country, you know. Because they don't pray the atrocity and retribution and all them things there.
What the US is doing is already deemed by a US court as being illegal. The government has appealed and they are now waiting on that appeal. So why Jamaica get involved in it?
Yeah, but all on circling, the man says some of them are women say, kind of something they crime, kind of things them do. So then can't go back at them country. So when them come here now, them not can't go nowhere. And then not go to them country. And them can't go there. So them have to stay here.
Let me tell you why this agreement has been signed, Carla. Let me tell you why. I don't know if I've said it before. This agreement has been signed because Andrew Holness, Dr. Chang, and the whole of them is sucking up to the United States so that the atrocities against them, the US don't take it up. Yeah? So a friend them a look. A friend them a sell out the Jamaican people for their safety.
Yeah, because them selfish, so they're not busy with me. How people them are west go think now when the people them are going to come now as deportee and house and something to live in.
But watch this. Isaac Buchanan said it perfectly in the parliament a while ago. 17 Asians turn up on the shores of East Portland Monday. What is going to happen to those Asians? They will be put on a boat by night and sent back to Haiti. Knowing all that is happening in Haiti.
No asylum.
Colin, quick. I'm not
they're not getting the money.
As I'm saying, I listen to Dr. Chan carefully. Because one thing now let me hear and listen. The man not bringing with the deportee, and man bringing UN convention.
Let me ask you something. Have you listened to the interview with Simon Kraskill and Dr. Chan?
Yeah, today. Mr. Port and Spice.
Yes, man.
It is when we punch it, Mr. Simon.
Yeah, man. Listen to that interview with Dr. Chan and Simon Kraskill. The man is an idiot.
I listen to it, but all I'm saying to quick before we go, come on, the other people sometime. The man bring up something about international convention and this and that and whatever, so I have to deal with the poor tea there. Back to the Haitian, I see anything come to me like what Isaac said. So no convention have nothing to do with them.
No, them are no human being.
Anyway, be some other call a chance, all right, sir?
One love, my brother. 1-876-804-7072. It's the Colin Bell Show. It's a Tuesday evening. The number to call is 1-876-804-7072. You can call me straight or you can call me on WhatsApp. Give the video a thumbs up for me, please. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Caller, good evening. Welcome. Go ahead.
Evening, Colin.
Blessings, my brother.
Why yesterday me here, you have wrapped your brain, figure out what really happened. Colin, if you get a madman, if a man mad, you don't give him your company for run.
So we are referred to as madman.
Then if the Prime Minister say he expect to be assassinated, then he must mad. And he declared that from India high school. Then a madman, and we give him the country for run. So what we expect the madman for?
No, but if we give him the country for run, we're madder than him.
Yo.
If you give...
Thank you, Colin Bell. Me tell you, say, you know, and when me say this, me I talk to you labor at them, who know the problem? The people who never vote, who know the problem? If you know the thing for vote for Andrew Holness, who know the problem? If you never vote because you don't want to vote for Marky G, who know the problem? Who know the mad people? You know? Yes, you never know. I eat the caller I talk about, and I eat Colin Bell I talk about.
Madman, your company to run. You're not madder than him?
No, you understand where they come from. So, you see, all of what they happen right now is just we put ourselves in the position for all of this to happen.
No, not we.
Sorry.
The labor rights put us in this position.
Yes, sir. Let me correct you.
414,000 labor rights. Plus almost a million Jamaicans who did not vote. And then put we in this.
That's right.
Correct. You are correct.
That's right.
Have you been listening to international news?
Yes.
All right. Just today, 174 judges in the United States brought a case forward to the Supreme Court. You remember when they brought the prisoners to Honduras? When them did bring them and the judge tell them say, make sure so the plane don't lift up, but them bring them down there the same way?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Well, the judge that told him is moving forward with contempt charges against the DOJ, right? And it reached a stage now where people are arrested. Against who? DOJ. The Department of Justice in the United States.
Okay.
Them them a move forward with contempt. Now, what that means is that...
Is that Honduras or El Salvador them they carry them?
El Salvador. Yes. Right. People will get arrested now.
Yeah.
Now, it is a similar situation with moving the people from out of America to the countries that how them a move.
As I said, Mark Golding asked the question in the parliament, is the government aware that a U.S. court has ruled this as illegal and the government of the United States has appealed it? Why is it we don't wait until that appeal come through?
A 170 judge, former federal judges, take up the motion and I carry forward, you know.
All right.
So then say a foolishness are going in our country, you know.
All right.
And through the government now, just take up this thing and trap it. But them all come under severe pressure. You see,
we might even be sued, you know. We might even be sued by some of these deportees. And I asked the question, what happens if one of them come here and get killed? What happens if one of them come here and rape a child? What is this government taking upon themselves? Andrew, you're crazy. You're crazy.
And that's how we start the conversation. Now, Colin,
right,
listen this.
Yes.
Listen this, Colin. We listen to the Prime Minister in our various interviews and give one with Cliff Hughes, and he has been making some statements since, you know. And
all right, so back to the reaction, ladies and gentlemen. Let's listen to Andrew on this. One, give the Integrity Commission credit, and then two, take back the credit and slight the PMP all at the same time, using one stone to try to kill two birds, with and really expose himself. You understand? Listen to this.
Yeah. So, the charges that are suggested or recommended are serious charges. Now, the challenge, of course, is that no charge has yet been preferred.
So I want you to recognize that right there, he said the charges were serious, which gives some credibility to the work of the Integrity Commission. Because it couldn't mean anything else. It couldn't mean anything else, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. He's giving credit to the Integrity Commission in saying that, you know. But in the same interview, he throws them under the train. It's not even the bus. Let's continue.
On him. So
money is
until that point,
love of money is the root of all evil.
Observe the situation. Today,
more. Big up yourself, General.
I expect to see Minister Wheatley there, and we will have a fulsome discussion with him directly on the report and what to expect in the future.
Given what happened in previous years with Petrojam, of which nothing came, you've reappointed him, and you've come under attack for doing so. Do you regret doing so now?
So you will recall that Minister Wheatley at the time resigned in the Petrojam affair, and after the 2020 election, I did not reappoint him because those matters were not yet resolved. Those matters were since resolved, and therefore he was cleared to be.
That's a lie. No matter has been resolved, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the oil? The basis of the Petrojam scandal. Did they recover the items? Did anybody get locked up? Please ask yourself these questions. That is a lie. Let's move on.
Be reappointed. I was totally unaware of any report or any investigation. I am not aware of investigations that are ongoing. It seems to me that the PMP would know more about investigations ongoing than I do.
So right here, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Onis throws the Integrity Commission under the bus and the People's National Party in suggesting that somehow the People's National Party would know more than him where these investigations are concerned. But I want to turn you to Exhibit A. Last night I was listening to Andrew Stevens. Check this out.
Bolo, I'm going to do some fact checking. I'm going back to 2020. I'm going back to 2020. I'm going to play you a clip now of him discussing Royals Reed's resignation. I want you to listen carefully to what he said. Drayden, play that clip right now.
As Prime Minister, my job is to keep my ears to the ground. So,
as Prime Minister, his job is to keep his ears to the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Let me slow it down for you and play it back again.
As Prime Minister, my job is to keep my ears to the ground. So, you don't always have to have evidence, but you need to have information. So, information comes to me by all kinds of means. And when information is brought to my attention, then the ministerially responsible thing to do is to investigate, put in a process of discovery. And that's what I've done in all issues that have come. So if an allegation is made, I will call in the person against whom the allegation is made. We'll ask questions. We'll have a conversation. Many times it's heart to heart. Many times it is, this is what has to happen. A direction is given. So that was the process that I've used.
So what happened to the process? What happened to you getting information all over the place? How comes you did not know that Andrew Wheatley was under investigation for illicit enrichment? And to throw the Integrity Commission under the bus, to put the narrative out there that somehow that they are, to discredit them, that they are a PMP group. The only reason why the PMP don't have a problem with the Integrity Commission is because they respect the Integrity Commission, unlike the Jamaica Labour Party. And they follow the rules, and wherever the rules are broken and they are charged, them just pay them money and go about them business. It's always some minor offenses with the People's National Party. But you, on the other hand, and your illicit 8 or 9 or 10 or 12, I don't know how much it is right now. The numbers keep growing. Everybody in that party could be a part of the illicit group right now. And you guys run an election while you yourself, Andrew Willis, is under investigation for illicit enrichment. And then here comes Oceanwide trying to put out a narrative that somehow the FID said some things on which the FID has not confirmed. So we're just gonna put that down to blatant lies until proven otherwise. But the point I'm making is here, ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Archer did say, she did defend the Auditor General, and she did say that the government is trying to neuter the Integrity Commission and make it weak. And here's another example of the government, the Andrew owners, literally saying in the interview with Cliff Hughes that, listen, and he's gonna go further. Yes, I need to go further with that. Let's go further.
I asked Mr. Wheatley, and obviously he was lied to. Let us assume that he was lied to. Now, listen to the lie.
Minutes, Andrew Hollis.
Uncertified declarations. They brought in a forensic examiner and found nothing on which they could proceed against you. And they referred it to the Financial Investigations Division, the FID. It reappointed them. And you've come under attack for doing so. Do you regret doing so now?
So you will recall that report or any investigation. It seems to me that...
and that raises the issue. Do you have confidence in the Integrity Commission?
The Integrity Commission is a necessary agency to tackle corruption in Jamaica. I believe there are changes that are necessary for it to become more effective.
You haven't said yes or no.
I believe there are changes to make it more effective.
So as of this moment, do you have confidence in it?
I believe there are changes that are necessary.
It needs fixing.
Precisely. And this is not just my opinion. I believe.
So, this is Andrew Holness, ladies and gentlemen. And it's quite interesting that he went there because to do that to the Integrity Commission, because we want to know what really changed. Do you guys remember this?
Yes, sir. And then all of a sudden now Andrew Holness have a problem.
The scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs.
So we see here where Andrew Holness again lies, contradicts himself, deceives the people. Leave the Integrity Commission to do their job. I think Andrew Holness needs to take some of his own advice, because his government officials, Everald Warmington, and all of them has made certain comments, especially in regards to the election season last year. They have quelled it down now because they're in power. But they were on the extreme attack where the Integrity Commission was concerned. And they're still on the attack because, you know, as I said, they had talks about removing the Auditor General from the Integrity Commission. That was a thing. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let us go to, we're done with the reaction because I'm gonna try to find I was trying to find the thing, but I didn't.
We're meant to size a song, you know. You know the one there. He roll it away. He roll the sea away. He roll it away.
That we are the creme de la creme, but to be honest, we are under pressure and we're under siege by the amount of patients that are coming in, the limited resources that we have, the limited doctors that we have.
One nurse to 40 patients who is unstable is ridiculous. This is prison work. It don't make no sense. Right now you have over 105 patients in there. How much nurse over there? 9 staff still over there, them don't go because what? Day shift tired. Last night me work here with how much patient, and when me go, me mash up. We are nurses who care. We want to give the utmost care to the patients. We are not in a position to do that because we don't have the resources, we don't have the bed space. We have to patient come in, we have to put them on the bed at the resuscitation on the dirty floor. Them not coming with any infection, but after we done the resuscitation, then full of infection. That is nastiness.
Patient comes in for stroke. The patient need aspirin 325 high dose. Within that, we are not Jesus. We have. How do we tell the patients that we don't have this? We need a time. We need a time to say this is going to be in place at this time. We know that it's not possible.
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
This is prison work. The words of the UN nurses.
Yep.
Patients have to be on dirty floor getting attention from the
disgusting.
Stroke victims can't get access to aspirin.
Come on. Kind of nonsense.
When you're done dealing with the patient on the ground, the patient get infection. And when them done, Christopher said, this is the best healthcare system the government and the people of Jamaica have
that's all they do at
in the
lie.
last 20, 30, 40 years.
That's all they do at lie.
What can go so?
Madness. Absolute madness.
Permission sent to you and I. You can come home, members of the diaspora. Come home. Come home to the dirty hospital then. Come home, patients victim. Come home, stroke victim. Come home, diabetes victim. Come home, cancer patient. Come on.
Ball out. Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Them son must come home. He that is weary. Them say come home. Softly, tenderly. Jesus. not even Jesus a call. Arias and Tufton calling the diaspora to come home. Come on! Come on, Bolo!
Yo, David, where you are dealing with it? But you know, it is a disgrace, Jamaica. Honestly. Imagine, these people are the people telling the diaspora to come home. When we say to the diaspora, tan on the yard. I want to be that. They have that something there. You know, I'm supposed to have it. Tan on the yard. I'm supposed to have that little clip there, you know. No, man, I'm not tan on the yard, man. Don't make Andrew tripping, man. Tan on the yard. That's the only thing. Only if you take what Andrew said. Tan on the yard. Cheese and peas.
Fully done.
Fully done system. But I'm gonna squeeze one more in, you know, because I never saw this. What I'm about to share now, I never saw. What I'm about to react to now, ladies and gentlemen, I only saw this on PDTV. Please make sure that you guys go and subscribe to the platform. And you know, I have expressed my condolences to Andre. And of course, it's rough because I was watching him earlier and he was reflecting on how special his grandma was to him. All of us have that person in our life that, you know, nobody else really holds your confidence and your trust like that person. It doesn't matter. There's levels. You know what I mean? There's levels. So make sure that you guys just really support, because you know this that he's going through right now. He could easily say, "Listen, I can't deal with this, and I need some time off." He's making massive sacrifices just to continue. He shows amazing dedication to what he believes in. You understand? So I want to encourage you guys to support the Bridging even more, right? In every way, shape, and possible that they actually can. He's helping a lot of people. He's making a lot of moves. He's networking. And keep him in your prayers. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And everybody, you know, all of the persons them that is playing their part in bringing out the truth and opening the minds of the people to what is really going on and exposing the lies of the Jamaica Labour Party government and any other government for that matter, because we're not encouraging no lie from no government. Speaking about lies, listen to this. I was absolutely shocked, ladies and gentlemen, that they found this clip. I was wondering, there had to be a clip. Listen to this, of Audrey Marks.
She went to the United States. She went to the United States on the 6th of March to go negotiate for skilled laborers to come to Jamaica. But a spirit nudged me today, and somebody tagged me on Instagram and said, "Andre Stevens, come look here." Whilst I was at the mall, I said, "Let me go get little Wi-Fi and go find out what is being said." I'm going to see again Jamaica. Audrey Marks told us she went to the United States to negotiate to get skilled laborers. I am going to let you listen to this 5-minute clip. And I want you to tell me, Jamaica, where in this 5-minute clip did Audrey Marks negotiate to get skilled laborers? Oh, no, come here, Jamaica, listen to this.
Mr. Stephen Miller, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity to be here this morning. I bring remarks on behalf of the government of Jamaica, and particularly our Prime Minister and Minister of Defense, Dr. Andrew Holness. But Mr. Secretary, before I get into the remarks, I must tell you that back in December, when I met what I now call your crack team of Mr. Humir, advisors Riva and headset. I thought we were going to be having the usual committees and white papers. So today, having this meeting in such a short time is very commendable, and especially in light of what is happening all over the globe. To see you here, it conveys more than many things that you could say of your intention to be serious about the threats confronting our hemisphere. Thank you. Jamaica and the United States of America share a special relationship characterized by decades of strong bonds of friendship, development, and trade cooperation. This year, our countries will commemorate 64 years since the establishment of diplomatic relations. Jamaica's participation in this America's Counter-Cartel Conference is an extension of the strong relationship that exists between the United States and Jamaica. Transnational organized crime poses one of the most significant threats to Jamaica and the peace of our citizens and visitors. These threat actors leverage criminal networks transcending national borders with connecting nodes across the Americas that extend even beyond the Western Hemisphere. The vectors that facilitate narcotics trafficking by cartels and drug syndicates are the essential elements that link the movement of small arms and light weapons, money laundering, and trafficking of a range of other contraband. Jamaica sees it as crucial to support a regional counter-narcotics thrust as the country's recognition of the dangers that transnational organized crime groups bring to domestic security, law enforcement, and peace. Annually, Jamaica's security forces seize high volumes of cocaine. And in fact, in 2025 alone, the security forces seized over 1,200 illegal weapons because of the nexus between illicit drugs and guns trade in the region. These realities reflect a nexus between local drug pushers and gangs with external drug syndicates and transnational organized crime groups, which support the fact that these networks do not exist in a vacuum. Similarly, the counter-cartel efforts by nation states cannot take place in a vacuum. We acknowledge that this must be a collaborative effort, multi-agency, and across the wider region. So Jamaica's Jamaica. Through tangible commitments and collaboration with the USA, Jamaica will work across this in a vacuum. We acknowledge that this must be a collaborative effort, multi-agency, and across the wider region. So Jamaica, again, acknowledge the appreciation, the support of the United States in coming up with this coalition and also in supporting our own plan Secure Jamaica. Through tangible commitments and collaboration with the USA, Jamaica has been able to reduce murders by over the past year by over 40%, a significant decline. And so before I conclude, I want to take a special moment as we're speaking about appreciation to acknowledge, Secretary, the support of the United States, and especially through the Southern Command during our recent Hurricane Melissa experience. Over a third of the country was destroyed. And when we needed a friend to be there, the United States was there. Your very quick action, your mobilization of support saved many lives. And we want to just take this opportunity also. So thank you for being a friend, not only on paper, but when we needed you, you were there. And we're here to support what your bigger purpose and vision now for this region. So in concluding, Jamaica supports the expansion of cooperation, the enhanced security in the Americas, and we envision enhanced security cooperation for member states on countering this scourge of organized crime. Mr. Secretary, we thank you and your team for this transformative initiative, the Americas Counter-Cartel Coalition, and we are happy to be a part of it. Thank you. Cartel Coalition, and your team for this transformative initiative, the Americas Counter-Cartel Coalition, and we are happy to be a part of it. Thank you.
So, yo, what is really going on, bro?
What can go
So, Miss Audrey Marks, you see, I went for skilled workers. That whole speech, I heard nothing about skilled workers. So why are you lying? Why are you guys being shady and misleading the people of Jamaica? Did you guys hear anything about skilled workers? Remember, the argument is that them are go for skilled worker, you know. I didn't hear anything about skilled workers in that entire speech. Normally, I would stop, pause, and all type of thing. Melissa, where are the skilled workers argument? Fabulous, how you doing? Where is it? Let's continue.
So she went to talk about the America's counter-cartel collaboration. Is me alone realize that the lady can't read properly? Is me alone realize that the lady was timid? Is me alone realize that the lady was nervous? Is me alone realize that the lady can't even properly call the word? And it is coalition, not coalition. Coalition.
Yo, these people cannot stand up in front of the United States. She clearly was nervous. She clearly was intimidated. And yeah, I mean, we can't expect nothing from these people in standing up to the United States. She was like a dog with the tail between their legs. Yes, massa. She was starstruck. She didn't walk with her head held high. And oh, by the way, she didn't do a good job in reading. I'm sorry. I can't read so good, so I can't say that. Sometimes I be buffering. But on the international stage, as an ambassador, you know who would be a great ambassador? Miss Mia Motley. She could be used in many capacities. She would be a great ambassador. But you know, she married and things, so she probably don't want to travel. You know who would be a great ambassador as well? Nickeisha Burchell. You know who would be also a great ambassador? Miss Perkis. You know who also would be a great ambassador? Dr. Angela Brownberg. You know who would also be a great ambassador? I'm telling you, Mrs. Natalie Nita Garvey. So many persons to choose from. You know who would also be a great ambassador? Dr. Duncan, Mrs. Duncan Sutherland. Mrs. Duncan Sutherland. There's so many women in the People's National Party that are clearly qualified. But then the portfolio probably would limit their range and capability. And then some of them is married and, you know. But there's a lot of persons. The talent pool in the People's National Party is not narrow at all. You know who also would be a great young ambassador? The young lady that didn't win her seat in Brownstone. The young one. Oh my God, I feel away. Love her, see. But she has been very quiet. She's the president of the PNPYO. Right? Somebody can remind me in the chat. But Andre is absolutely right. I want to go to, I think Headboy had called him. Let me go to Headboy. I think Headboy had called him.
Where in this trip did she negotiate to get skilled laborers for the Jamaican people? Where in this trip? You hear how she commend Secretary Rubio? Trip, where in this trip did she negotiate to get skilled laborers for the Jamaican people? Where in this trip? You hear how she commend Secretary Rubio? She commends Secretary Rubio because she had to take that global positioning. You heard for yourself, Jamaica.
Yo, she was glazing that man. When I said she was, man, listen, she should have just, you know, just, hey, I'm not going to say I don't want to be disrespectful, but she disrespected herself, ladies and gentlemen. She disrespected herself. You heard? Real talk.
Wholeness. Or else she can't read properly. So, I listen to the Jamaica. Jamaica.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip to the part where Headboy called it, ladies and gentlemen, because you know I'm going on a different thing, right? I want to add what Headboy said in this particular reaction. Yeah, I'm going on that lady.
1 week for and even though we don't
trip to Washington. The 6th call, yeah. Yes, Edward, good night.
Alright, so here we go. This is where the head boy called in. And I want you guys to focus on what he said about RG Marks. Listen to this.
Hello? Yeah, we are trying here. Remember, some system not so good, but you have to try talk up. What you saying now, Ed boy?
Can you believe
yes.
that on the 9th of January, St. Kitts and Nevis signed this MOU?
Yes.
When was Audrey Marks' trip to Washington?
The 6th of March.
Right? No. So, when they told us the agreement was signed in May. But that cannot be true. And when was the CARICOM summit? The 26th to the 28th of February.
Yes.
So, after the summit, because Chan couldn't go,
yes.
She lied about the Prime Minister lied to receipt to say that they were looking skilled workers. I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Because the US have a problem with skilled workers, so why would they send skilled workers to Jamaica?
Thank you.
You figure it out?
Fully done.
Have the same problem. So why would they send home skilled workers? But I want to go back to that summit that she was at.
Yes.
Understand that that summit was held on the base, on the backdrop after they captured Maduro.
Yes.
And they were looking persons to work with them. Yes. And remember at the CARICOM summit, when they wanted a declaration,
yes.
2 countries and what was happening in Cuba. 2 countries held out, and the 2 countries was Jamaica and Trinidad.
Yes.
The 3 countries Rubio met with was Trinidad, Guyana, and Jamaica.
Yes.
They didn't invite Jamaica to the Shield of America conference, but she wasn't. So how was she invited? Because that was the Shield of America. Remember that the Shield of America conference at Mar-a-Lago with Trump?
Yes.
Now I ask these questions because somebody is lying to us, and I keep on saying. There's no way she could have made a proposal for 10,000 workers when the US didn't shoot it down.
Yes.
But you know what is the real issue here? I cannot believe that Audrey Marks was an ambassador in the United States. If you are true, this woman speaks.
Wow.
This was the person who was representing us in Washington, but she wasn't representing us in Washington. Audrey need to tell us which American company help her buy back Paymaster.
Repeat that.
Which American investor helped her to regain the Paymaster?
Which American investor?
Help her to regain the Paymaster.
Interesting.
Further, is the software owned by Audrey Marks or was it owned by somebody else that runs Paymaster?
Repeat that again.
Is the software, because Paymaster was developed a software, who owned the software that was powering Paymaster? Wasn't there a legal dispute between her and a business partner?
Hey!
How was she then able to pay off this man in such a short time when the man had made it clear him now give up the software?
Interesting. Put up a picture there, Trader.
I am suggesting that there is some tricky, nefarious activity. Did the Americans wire the funds to the Ministry of National Security, or did they give Audrey Marks a check?
Repeat that.
Did they wire? Remember, each of these TCN, and I repeat,
emotional, damn it.
Eastern Caribbean, it was proposed that per head they would receive 10 to 15,000 US dollars per head.
Yes.
Yeah, that is their money. Why are we being told how much money they're receiving per head? Because that per head money could be the money they use to pay off Paymaster. I'm asking a question, you know. Because under national security MOUs, you're not going to be given anything. You're not going to be told anything. So where the money gone?
Interesting. So you're arguing. You're arguing. You don't know where the money come from to pay off the Paymaster situation. And you're questioning if it was an American investor who supported her to pay off that deal.
Absolutely.
Help, we hear the collateral.
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need it. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, you see, Ed Boy is not the type of person who asks questions when he don't know the answer to, you know. So, or him not get some type of intel about, you know. Could it be, ladies and gentlemen, that all of this is intertwined, and that is the reason why they are being so tight-lipped about the reality about the TCN, because they don't want certain connections to be made? I had asked the question, you know. I had said, how is America paying? How are they paying us? Where's the money wired through? Is it Paymaster? That's all I asked, because I was curious, because she was the one that they said negotiated the deal. She said the deal that she negotiated had nothing to do with TC, it had to do with skilled workers. Now we listen to the audio, and we didn't hear anything about no skilled workers, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know if they had a private conversation afterwards. Could it be then that the allegations where RJ Marks is concerned, where they said she approached the United States? I cannot wait for the United States to burst the bubble. Mr. Rubio, sir, just like when you come out and talk about the most despicable persons, yes, and Trump, let the Jamaican people know who approached who in regards to getting the TCNs here. As a matter of fact, let me say this about the TCNs. Based on the arguments that I'm hearing, if indeed there's a deal to make Jamaica's travel advisory become more attractive than it is, to pretty much lie about the conditions of our hospitals, over-recommend when it comes to everything that is wrong with Jamaica to make it look good so that the tourists them can come here. What happens when these individuals, and this is a hypothetical, what would happen if these individuals stay here and then they become a nuisance to not only the Jamaican people, but the Americans as well, in terms of violence or any act of illegality? And if it's a transit, again, where's the ticket? Where's the returning? Where do they return to? If they can't go back to their country, right? What's going on? Where are we going to send them? Are we going to send them to another country that has the deal with America, that doesn't have the deal with us? How does this thing actually work, is the question. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. RJ Marks get exposed, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned. It don't look good. We heard from her own words. I mean, she was baffling, stumbling all over the place. It was quite embarrassing the way she represents us. Listen, all of us didn't go to school, all of us not bright. But when you are at that level, there's certain standard that is expected of you. All right? You have to exhibit confidence, right? You have to exhibit intellect, know-it-all. You see what I mean? When you speak, your presence or your look, everything, you're an ambassador for an entire country. You're not just representing yourself, you're representing every single Jamaican in a foreign country. And I have to say, I am very much disappointed. I'm very much disappointed. We have an ambassador that's an embarrassment, and the one that was there is no longer there because he's now a part of NARA. Can you imagine how much an embarrassment he was? He can't even talk neither. And then we have a foreign affairs minister that is clueless. It's all buffoonery. All effing true, ladies and gentlemen. When my mother heard that word, she asked if it was a bad word. I just felt like using it. All effing true. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. People, I can't go to my bed. Well, not really, because I have a whole lot of work to do. But that's my time for tonight. I gave you guys 3 hours. I think this was a successful live stream in terms of the stuff that I, looked at. And look out in the next hour or so. There will be a video dropping. Trust and believe. I have a lot of videos to drop on Bolo VNR 2.0 and Bolo VNR clips. So for my people on TikTok, make sure you go and click my name, my face up here. Go to the link in the bio of my page and subscribe to my YouTube check out the videos. God bless each and every one of you. See you guys later. Thanks for coming. Mama Son, big up yourself. You know, say they on the work. Big up Mr. Cole. He did come on earlier. And we need to get some rest because tomorrow Tika them are going to link me and more and get Mr. Paul Buchanan on the show to find out from his own words how he feels about what happened and where we stand. Alright? God bless you guys. See you guys later. I'm out. Peace. And big up Nickeisha, Burchell, Andre Stevens, and the Mystic Sensation, Mr. Will Rattigan. Guys, look out for Mr. Will Rattigan show on Saturday. I requested of him to go through the Hansard of the debate around illicit the Integrity Commission Act, because I want to know what was the contributions of each and every member, right? Especially the Prime Minister, him specifically, because ultimately he was the final decision maker where this act is concerned. He gave the Integrity Commission great recommendations, and now because he's now charged for illicit enrichment, because he's now under investigation for illicit enrichment. No, he wants to throw them under the bus, and they're the worst things. And they need all these changes, but he's the government that has been in power for 10 plus years. Why didn't he make the changes? Why didn't he make the improvements? It's only convenient now because he's under investigation. The man is a supreme hypocrite. The man is, I tell you, the worst prime minister, the worst government may ever witness in the history of this country. But God on time. God on time, Jamaica. Sooner or later, I'm out. Peace. Acha, how are this? What you say? Can't find it? My God. Eh? You find it? You don't remember where you put it? Watch out, I think somebody end this alive. Look at this. From the other day, I noticed that phone now.